I'm going to show you how to create ceramic African masks using clay.
If you're new to my channel, please be sure to stick around and check out my other art videos, art tutorials, and art lessons. I have so many super fun projects on this channel, Rainbow Parrot Art. And please support me by subscribing to this channel and liking this video.
African masks have a rich history among African cultures, dating back thousands of years. Some masks have been discovered from the Nok culture in Nigeria that are around 2,000 years old. There may be other examples of African masks that are far older, which have not yet been discovered. These masks have been used in religious ceremonies and rituals, and some of these are still practiced today. The designs and symbols on the masks often convey a specific message or meaning to the viewer. These masks have also been used for storytelling and entertainment and can depict specific characters and emotions. To get started, I'm grabbing a ball of clay. I'm pressing down on the clay with my palms to begin to flatten it a little. I'm rolling the clay with a rolling pin. I'm rolling just a little bit in one direction. Then I'm stopping, lifting my rolling pin and rotating it. Then rolling some more. Again, I'm lifting, rotating, and continuing to roll. By rotating the direction of my rolling pin, I will get a nice, even slab of flat clay. If your slab of clay is any thinner than this, it will easily break. So if your slab is thinner than this, you will want to gather your clay back into a ball and start over. For my first mask, I'm using a needle tool to cut out the shape of an oval for the head. See how I cut a line through the edge of the clay? This makes it easy to remove the clay around the mask. I'm taking a tiny bit of water and then using my finger to smooth out the surface around the edge of the mask. Once you're happy with the shape of your mask, please flip it over and gently carve your name on the back. Please don't forget to do this. I'm using a relief carving tool to remove bits of clay from the edge of the mask. I love the way this looks. It reminds me of a lion's mane or even the rays of the sun. I'm using a paintbrush and a tiny bit of water to smooth out the rough edges of the clay a little bit. From the leftover slab of clay, I'm cutting out the brow line, nose, and forehead. To attach, I'm pressing down gently, then removing the nose so that it leaves a slight impression on the mask. Where this impression or mark is, I'm scoring up the surface. This is like adding 100 tiny hashtags. I'm also doing this very gently on the back of the nose. This works like Velcro. It creates little hooks that will stick to each other. After I'm done adding the hashtags, I'm going to use my finger to add a tiny bit of water. Then I gently press the nose onto the surface of the mask. I'm rolling out a long snake that I'm going to use for the mouth. I position the mouth how I want it, then I cut off the extra clay. I'm attaching the mouth in the same way that I attach the nose using the slip and score technique. I'm gently carving some teeth inside the mouth. I'm cutting out ellipse shapes for the eyes. Pressing down slightly so that it leaves a mark, then scoring the mask and the back of the eye. Adding a little bit of water to both surfaces, then gently pressing the eye onto the mask. If you attach pieces of your mask without using the score and slip technique, the pieces will almost certainly break and fall off. So please be sure to always use the score and slip technique. I'm rolling another snake. I'm going to add it just underneath the eyes to make my eyes pop out a bit more. I'm using a small dowel to make a hole for the pupils. I'm adding a triangular pattern above the forehead. I'm adding a couple decorative lines under the eyes. Okay, real quick, I'm going to make one more mask to give you a few more ideas. Once again, I'm going to start by rolling out a flat slab of clay. This time I'm cutting out a half oval shape to make it look a little different. For the nose, I'm cutting out a long hot dog shape. To attach, I'm scoring and adding water to both surfaces, then firmly pressing the nose onto the mask. I'm adding 2 little dowel shapes to the nose, once again using the score and slip technique. I'm rolling out a long snake. I'm using this to outline the eye, and I'm attaching using score and slip. I'm rolling out 2 small bits of clay for the eyeballs. I'm flattening the bottom of the circle and scoring it, then scoring the mask, then adding water and pressing the eyeball onto the mask. At first, I tried cutting out an oval for the mouth, but I really didn't like this. So instead, I'm cutting out a mouth that consists of 2 triangles. This mouth is a bit too big, so I'm trimming it to make it smaller. I'm gently pressing here so that it leaves a mark. I'm scoring both surfaces, then adding water and firmly pressing the mouth onto the mask. I'm using a dowel to make 2 holes for the pupils. I've decided to add some hair. I'm grabbing another slab of clay, placing it under the mask, cutting out some hair, then scoring both surfaces. Oh yeah, don't forget to carve your name on the back. I'm adding a bit of water, then pressing the mask onto the hair. I want the hair to look a bit messy, so I'm using a relief carving tool to remove bits of clay all around the edge. You can decorate your mask by carving different patterns and textures using dots, lines, and other shapes. Use your imagination and have fun. When you're all done, you take your extra clay and I want you to add some water to it and then fold it up into a ball. Put it back inside the bag that you got it out of. Empty your cup of water in the sink and rinse it out. Put your tools back where you got them. You're gonna have little clay crumbs all over your canvas, so I want you to fold it up, walk it to the garbage can, and shake it over the garbage can. Then you're gonna have a lot of crumbs on your table. So the easiest thing to do is to wipe those crumbs into your hand, throw them away in the garbage, then get a wet cloth and wipe off your work area. I hope you love how your mask turns out. Please be sure to say hi in the comments below and check out the other amazing art lessons and art tutorials on my channel, Rainbow Parrot Art.